What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today we're going to be playing a Rakdos Reanimator deck focused on Coiling Rebirth. Pretty much with this, you could reanimate a non-legendary creature and get a copy of it. What are the best targets for this, you ask? Very simple. Trumpeting Carnosaur and Vein Ripper. Both of these cards will produce a lot of value if you could get another copy of it. Phyrexian Fleshgorger is another copy, well, another target for a copy to bring out, but not as impactful, but it's still a thing. The lifelink is definitely very much relevant with this aggressive meta, which is standard best of one. So let's get right into this list. We got 3 Bitter Triumph, 1 Go for the Throat, 4 Bitter Reunion, 4 Charming Scoundrel, 1 Gix Yawgmoth Praetor, 4 the Infamous Cruelclaw, 3 Coiling Rebirth, 2 Gix's Command, 2 the Cruelty of Gix, 3 Vein Ripper, 3 Trumpeting Carnosaur, 2 Phyrexian Fleshgorger, 4 Virtue of Persistence, and for the lands we got 6 Swamps, 7 Mountains, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, 1 Raucous Theater, 4 Sulfurous Springs, and 2 copies of Fabled Passage. Let's get right into these games. So my thoughts with this deck before we get into these games are this deck is really good, it's really strong, it has such a really cool and interesting ceiling you could produce, but the first couple turns are going to dictate how the game goes depending on what our opponent's playing, how aggressive they are on us, because right now, like, this deck doesn't really hit until like, turn 5. I mean, sure, you could go Cruelclaw and attempt to cheat out something even bigger, but that's just if. We drew the Cruelclaw, but let's say I didn't draw it, so what do we do then? So in this situation, I go Charming Scoundrel, and I'm going to make a treasure just to ramp up my mana, just to do something if I can. Because why not? Alright, let's see. I'm gonna swing, then go for the Cruelclaw, but let's see if her opponent just gets rid of the Scoundrel. They don't. Cast the Cruelclaw. Hits the board, and our opponent removes it. Not surprised in the slightest. Okay, so now they're just ramping. I'm gonna go do some crazy things. Alright. One terrible thing right now is I just keep drawing lands, which, it's not the best. And I'm not gonna cast anything, because there's no point. It's kind of sad to say I gotta end it like this. Sure, I could Gix's Command, put 2 counters on this, and get the Cruelclaw back to my hand, but is that really the move? You know, so I do it this way. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dump one of the yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Sulfurous Springs. Draw 2. Yeah, that's better, right? So we swing for 1. Then we go for the Infamous Cruelclaw. The brother of the Cruelclaw. So I could be greedy and Bitter Reunion right now. See what I get. You know what? I'm gonna be a little greedy. So I'm gonna pay 1, give my Cruelclaw. Oh my god, it's the second main phase. What am I doing? Why did I do that? Okay, guys. There's a reason for all this to happen. I guarantee it's gonna be foretold. Okay, I could have went for Virtue, but it's fine. So yeah, I did that. I feel horrible. But it's alright, I'm gonna make it work right now. Yeah, so anyway, I made it work. That was so horrible. I can't believe. It's like, I don't know, sometimes I just think I didn't attack because it was just a 1-1. I just swung and I just thought about everything after, but That was so embarrassing. We still did it. That's all that matters in the end. I hate games like that. It's like, you know, when you just misplay and you still win, but still, it still feels horrible to do that. Okay, so what are we doing here? I'm gonna get rid of, yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna draw 2. Go for Cruelclaw. I'm being very aware of what phase of the game on my turn I'm on. It's cool artwork. So if our opponent can't stop the Cruelclaw right now, we're gonna get a lot of value out of it, but Elspeth's Smite, as well as what's the other one? Get Lost, are definitely staples. Maybe not the Elspeth's Smite, but Get Lost definitely is. Elspeth's Smite has definitely seen a lot more play though. Well, that's a move. Alright, opponent. I'm tired of this. I have to get rid of you. No Jason for you. So if I could get one more land, that'd be pretty rad. I could Cruelty, but these guys are playing. This is very odd. It's what is this, Nazurius token deck? That's pretty cool, I guess. Cool. Alright, so we get rid of our opponent's plan to double block with the tokens, so we can get the Cruelclaw to potentially hit. It's not guaranteed though, so they're gonna sacrifice, ruining my Virtue play, which is kind of lame, but it's alright. We're gonna make up for it with this swing. We're gonna hit him, and let's see what we get. Yes, we will. This is where we get rid of that. Yeah, sure. So I'm just gonna go for this and this. There's no point in making a copy. You give him a card, you know. And by the way, guys, I know I'm not gonna use Sacrifice Bitter Reunion. I know I already attacked. You know, I was curious. I gotta make fun of myself for that. But if they don't have Sunfall, we got him pretty cornered, but whenever our opponent is playing Azurius Control and has a full hand, they're bound to have the board wipe, let's be real. They don't? That's weird. Another Carnosaur, and this could do... Oh, too bad this doesn't do 3 to... We could hit the opponent with this, that'd be pretty cool, but... We're just gonna have to swing, see what we could do. That's game if this hits. But our opponent could Carrot Cake. So let's see, they're at 14, 17, so they'd still be alive. So I'm either gonna destroy that with that. I could, but it's not the move. So they're gonna take all that. Very interesting. So they get rid of that. Okay. Get some crazy value with Cruelclaw, maybe? End of combat, yep, and now... I'll just make the other guy stronger. But, wait, does that make sense? Because if they try to target this, they'll lose if this goes to 8. Still draw land anyway. Okay. Well, the good thing is, now I can set up for, whatchamacallit? The Cruelty of Gix. The lands and everything, so... It's definitely a lot of pressure on the opponent. And it's scary for me to also think that, like, just giving a deck like that a gift, gifting them a card in a Azorius control deck, and they just board wipe you. Like, they just draw the board wipe. Like, those little things in my head are like, oh, even if I get 2 Vein Rippers out or whatever, this gets all board wiped then. And it's like it's all for nothing, but you gotta just be risky with it. I mean, you play any creature, it's bound to either get destroyed or not, depending if they have open mana. There's so many factors. It's either you just gotta know when to be risky or not. Okay, so we get to go first, and this one's alright. We have a little defense going on while we try to get our other cards. Ooh, okay. Very fancy. They're doing Jeskai Convoke, I'm guessing, just so they could play the Spyglass Siren. If I had to guess. I did a video on that, and I still see that it's pretty popular as well, so I could only imagine Resolute Reinforcements just flashes in right about now. Hello there. All by the book. I mean, the only reason why I play blue in the mana base is for that guy. And that is your Epicure that will make you, instead of a blood token, in this case it's a map token. And oh my goodness, they're going wide. Look at all that. So, check this out, guys. I have a good idea. And it could either backfire or not, but let's see. I'm going to swing. And let's see if they triple block, and then I'll combat trick them with the removal, but they don't. So, watch this. No way! That's so cool. We are going to do it this way. I'm going to put the counters on that. I'm going to board wipe. And we're going to play this. And we win. Very cool. And we'll do one more game for good measure. Alright. I'm gonna keep this one. I could just use one more land and it'll be good. Well, kind of playable. I mean, honestly, if I could just get the Cruelclaw to resolve, then that's just the move. Well, not to just resolve, but I have to actually get the attack in, you know what I mean. So we get the third land, so we're getting somewhere. A fourth land. What are you playing? What is that? I've never seen anyone play this before in my life. That is so cool. Only if red had toxic cards, that'd be pretty cool too, but fortunately they don't. Okay, so we're stuck on 4. Our opponent's stuck on 3. Do they have anything to draw with, or... No, we don't. Hopefully they're stuck on 3. No, we don't. Darn it. Alright, do we draw our 5th land? No, we don't. So this is where it gets kind of rough. Okay, they're stuck on 4 though. Can we draw our 5th land? Question mark. Okay, so this is good though. At least we could... They might counter this, but... I mean, honestly, I would, because they know that we don't have nothing. They don't have nothing, but maybe they don't know that. So it resolves, which is great. We're going to get rid of Coiling Rebirth. So we have all these other cards, so we might as well just keep our options as open as possible. We still don't draw the land, which is insane, by the way. Let's see. I'm gonna get this in the graveyard just so I could revive it. This is a weird game. We're both just stuck on 4 lands. So whoever could get to 5 lands wins the game, right? So we play the Infamous Cruelclaw and expect it to get countered because that's just how it works. If not, I might bid a reunion and try to swing, but our opponent is 2.5 steps ahead. I would say 3, but they don't have their 3rd land, so... Did they draw the land? Uh-oh.
The entire multiverse is at stake. I won't back down. Another mystery solved.
But we draw this, which is really good for us. So what do we do then? We could get rid of the Planeswalker, which is pretty big. Pay 3 life. And now we're gonna go for the prototype. Ooh, look at that. We got our 6th land. Do I just cast Main Ripper? Yeah, let's swing first. Now we attempt the Vein Ripper. If they counter, it's you know, understandable, but if they can't, the ward is going to be pretty hard for them to deal with. Yep, that's cool. How about another one? I wonder what they're trying to proliferate with all these cards. So I'm curious. I do want to go for the Coiling. You know what? Let's see. What's the right move? Yeah, get even more value. Because I know they have Sunfall, so I just might as well do this. His Vein Ripper is going to be useless if they just Sunfall. So at least this way. Value Town. Oh, I should have bid a reunion. Whoops. Big misplay. But I knew they had the Sunfall, so the Vein Ripper wasn't the best thing. So now we see if they could deal with this. This is a big test that they have to get over. Because now I'm going to threaten them with lots of revival, should I say. And of course they have an answer, right? What do we know? I have one more. Waiting. Okay.
Save you once, then it's back. Observe, analyze, iterate.
So they fixed their hand up a bit. I got an idea though. I'm gonna get rid of that thing though. Another one. I'm gonna attempt. Get rid of it. I'm gonna force out the incubator token, then Virtue of Persistence it. I'm gonna make my opponent think that they're doing a good play. But they lightning helix it instead. Very interesting. Alright, so they're gonna flip over their incubator token if I had to guess right now. But they don't. Very interesting. Oh, but they do. Okay, not that interesting. So they swing for 3. So now we're going to return some creatures and make our opponent sacrifice the highest power. And we are going to get 2 Vein Rippers. And on top of that, we're going to get rid of that. but our opponent goes minus on themselves to prevent us from getting Virtue of Persistence. Which is cool, because I have another one, they just don't know it. Really? I still don't know what's good with this card in Standard, because, I mean, at least in like Explorer / Pioneer, you could exile Valky and then cast it as Tibalt, but you can't do that in Standard, so... I wonder what's like the big thing you could do with Jace Reawakens. I haven't really found it. So I go for another Ral. Okay.
Tail? Oh, crocked. I'm an otter. I'll just invent a solution.
I'm just gonna swing at him for game. I'm not really worried about anything like that right now. Well, I'm not swinging him for game. I'm gonna just hit him. I do not fear anything they got right now. Go for Vein Ripper. Gonna put a counter on it, hopefully. Gonna put a counter on it, hopefully. Well, anyway, I am going to give my guy haste because it is not main phase 2, it's the first one. And we are going to set up for game.
I have a plan.
So sure, they could block with Restless Anchorage if I attempt to swing at them, but if I summon the other Vein Ripper, that means they will lose 4 life if I destroy the Restless Anchorage. So I am putting them in a really tight corner.
Aha! A solution!
That's interesting. What do they do though from here? Recast the Val, Crash, and the Honor.
Let's make like
They just keep digging for cards? Now they make another honor.
Thanks for the helping paw.
Just gonna keep the pressure on, honestly. Sure, this will help push for game next turn. Especially since they're at 2 life now. And what's really cool is if they even pay the ward, they have to take 2 life with the Vein Ripper's trigger, I believe so. They can't even spot removal of the Vein Ripper even if they wanted to at the moment. Storm Chaser's Talent was the board.
I've calculated exactly what I need.
Okay, so what would they get if they return a spell? What's the card? They could get pay 4, but they won't be able to play the Season of the Weedy again, which is good. Because that would be a pain. They could go for Season of the Burrow to remove 2 cards, but that's spot removal once again, so it's going to be interesting to see what they target. They have a board wipe? They have Sunfall. Honestly, I think they're going to Sunfall. I think that's the safest thing they could do. But if they do, they lose because then the Scoundrel comes into play and that's game.
I am confident this will work.
The Wicked token, and that's it. We get the game. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe, like the video, and take care. Have a good day.